Good afternoon, teacher. Teacher, attend tu ni. Tu đông chị.
How about now? Can you hear me?
Yes, chair.
Yes, okay. I'll start.
Oh.
Good afternoon, teacher.
Good afternoon to me.
Good afternoon, teacher.
Good afternoon to me. Okay, so shall we start now?
Teacher.
Yes, okay. Thì xếp lại cái lông ra lại.
Không, teacher ra rồi chị.
Đi thả ra lại nó. Xếp lại to. Đưa trên đi đấy. Cái thế thì ví dụ con lên là lên trên trên đi nó. Những cái lý đó. Nên đi giao phí. Really, I can help you now with the most exciting presentation. Yes, sir. Okay. Okay, so shall we start now?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so last week we have finished number 2-1 about ancient Greek, right? Am I right?
Number 5. Yes, teacher.
Yeah, up to number 5, right? So we have to go into 6, 7, 8 about Kakuki, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we'll answer 3 questions concerned with Kakuki. Okay, and after that we'll chat together. Okay. 아까 아야비 나는 오케이. 아, 감사합니다.
Hello chị bắt đầu gì nào?
We have to read the questions from page 143. We just finished up to 5, right? So we have to continue 6, 7, and 8 about Kakuki. And after that, we will check the answers up to 8. Got it?
Ok chị.
Okay. This is the Milan Gala. This is
Yes, chair.
Milan Gala.
Oh, chair, 栏杠前没变。
Okay.
Teacher, number 8 question, teacher. What does it mean?
What do you think made Kakuki a popular art form? Why Kakuki becomes a popular art? What is the reason? So have you finished?
Yes, sir.
Yes, teacher.
Okay. So what is the answer for number 6? For how long has Kakuki been popular?
Uh,
So what is the
5
answer?
5 century.
5 centuries. So how about the others? What is the answer?
Yes, 5 century.
5 century. Okay. Okay. So how about number 7? Kakuki plays a reliable way of finding out about Japanese story. Give reason for your answer. So can we rely on the story?
Yes, teacher.
They are telling about the truth. So what is your reason that we can rely on that drama? What is the reason?
Bringing to life corridor from the Japanese.
It's like music and dance are skillfully applied and bring to life characters from the Japanese past, both real and imaginary.
Yes, both real and imaginary, or plays based on realistic tragic dramas, right? To realistic adventures. So they are also play about the real events based on the history events. So sometimes we can rely on that events, right? As they happen in real life. So how about the last one? What do you think makes Kakuki a popular art form? So why is that? Why are they became popular?
Like impressive costume and makeup.
Impressive costumes, makeup, and
startling stage effects.
startling stages, effects. Because of these ones, right? They became popular. And we can also ask about the dramas too, right? It can be real or imaginary because of the storylines too, right? That is why they are really popular. So did you get all the answers concerned with the Kakuki?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, okay. So we'll move to Theater of Shadows now. So it has only 2 questions you have to answer. So you have to read the text and answer these 2 questions, and after that we'll chat again, okay? So did you get the answers? Did you get all the answers?
No,
Can we
yet.
check now?
No, yet.
Not yet.
I
Okay.
would say
No
yes,
problem.
but I'm not sure
Not
about
sure.
the answer.
Okay. The connection was unstable. What are we doing? Okay. Yes, so we are doing number 9 and 10 for me. It's on page number 142. So you have to read the last passage of the reading text about the theater of the shadow. And you have to answer question number 9 and 10. Got it? Miss Tomiyala. Miss, can you hear me? Okay. So shall we check now?
Yes, teacher.
So what is the main difference between the theater of shadow and the other two types of theater described on this page? We know what the difference between the ancient Greek play and the Kabuki and the theater of the shadow. What is the main difference?
Like the
Performance would be
just speak the author of all the character
Mhm.
and conduct accompany music performance.
Okay. And Chaita, you were saying something. What is that?
their performance with puppet.
That's not the human beings, right? Yes. So that will be the main difference to play and the theater of the shadows, right? For theater of the shadows, we don't need the human characters, right? We don't need the puppets, right? To play as the characters. We have the play, so that will be the main difference. So how about number 10? What skills would you need to be a shadow puppeteer? So what are the main skills if you want to be a puppeteer? What do you need to do?
You have to speak all the part of all the character.
You have to be able to speak all the characters and
Sometimes you have to use
Conduct
the
accompany
hand.
music performance. Teacher, I can hear you well, teacher. Like,
Teacher,
teacher, biết đọc thì nó sẽ yêu bạn chả.
teacher will follow.
How about now? Can you hear me?
Teacher, your voice is low now.
Teacher.
How about now? Can you hear me?
Teacher, ta tu rồi chị. Teacher, là tu.
Cái tao một chuyện về đùa.
Don't worry. So how about now? I will shout.
Teacher, tu đâu mà.
Cái teacher.
Cái tu nè. Không thể teacher.
Teacher cái đùa nè. Teacher tao nào chơi đi. Teacher xem mà luôn.
Chị cái đó là sao giải thoại?
Cha về anh lựa chọn sẽ xây tại bộ.
Không là sao giải bao nhiêu cả?
Nên
anh lựa tông đồ ngoài, phải khai đi bố sửa, khai đi tên, khai đi nên là nhỉ.
Của
Bao trông.
bao trông này. Thì à thực chất microphone còn trên nó một tí. I don't know. Nó là cái công nghệ chạy đi sao đâu?
Cái tu tại vì mình xây yêu tại nào một phần.
Okay.
Teacher, ta chơi tôi xây yêu tại phần à? ကြားပါချက်
အဲ့လောက်ဆိုကြားလား
Jai.
ဟုတ်ဟုတ်အကုန်လုံးမြင်နေမှာကြားချက်
ဆောက်တယ်လို့တော့ကြားရတယ်ဟုတ်တယ်မလား
yes
Oh.
yes
Yeah, right.
ကြားပါတယ်ဟုတ်ကဲ့ Okay အဲ့ဆိုခုနအဖြေရလိုက်တာမသိဘူးအဖြေ
yes yes I got it
Yeah, okay.
Okay ကြားရတယ်နော်မကြားရရင်ချက်ချင်းချုပ်ပြန်ပြောမယ်နော်
okay
But I can't do anything တဲ့ဝိုင်းစိတ်ဥစ္စာပေါက်သွားတယ်ဆိုတော့ချက်လည်းမသိတော့လက်ချက်အဲ့ဆိုချက် speaker ဘာဖြစ်နေလဲမသိဘူး microphone ကတစ်ခုခုဖြစ်နေတယ် Okay, so for vocabulary but what compares and check the meaning of the words and phrases you don't know. What is a playwright? You know the meaning of playwright, right? A person who writes plays. So you have to be really careful about the spelling. Playwright. It is not W-R-I-T-E. It has to be like W-R-I-G-H-T. Playwright. It means that the one who who writes the play. For example, Shakespeare is a well-known playwright like that, right? So we can use like that. So you have to be careful about the spelling. That's it. So got it? Alright, so now it's all I don't know.
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher. Okay, alright. So grammar wise is on. So use of English, used to and would. So why do we have to use used to? We know what it means, right? What is the meaning of used to and why do we use used to normally? So my don't used to, right?
Something that
usually do
has-
usually have
Who is giving me the answer? So the answer is not like that.
me and the teacher.
Oh, okay. So why do we have to use used to?
Teacher, plus
yes usually like we do something or usually happen
Usually happen. There is nothing to do with the past habit.
yeah, it's something that happened in the past and not the
Yes.
same now.
Right? When you want to refer to past habits, right? The things that we normally do in the past, and there is nothing to do with the present time. So in that situation, we used to. For example, I used to play basketball when I was in the high school like that, right? So I didn't do it anymore like that, right? So there is nothing to do with the present time. So it happened in the past only. So at that time, you can use used to, right? For example, people used to come to Athens from all over the Greek world to see the place like that, right? So used to. It's all about the past thing, right? It doesn't happen anymore in the present time like that. And the playwright would. So we can also use would and used to refer to past habits. So actually they are the same. So you can use used to and would. So for example, like the playwright would compete against one another to write the best play. So used to and would. So you can use both to express the past habit. Got it?
Hey, teacher.
Yes. I'll get to the okay.
teacher
But
what
haven't-
ว่า use နဲ့ used to နဲ့ teacher would နဲ့နည်းနည်းဟိုတောင်းရင်တူတူပဲလား
this is one that got so I just don't yeah the nearly way but notice that the only used to get be used for past statement ကိုပေါ်ပြတဲ့အခါကြားလို့ရှိရင်တော့ကျွန်တော်က used to ကိုသုံးလေးသုံးထားရှိရလို့ပြောတာထားပါဆို statement တစ်ခုဟိုရင်တော့ဒီ building က theater ဖြစ်ခဲ့ဘူးလေလို့ပြောရဲဆိုလို့ရှိရင် the building used to be လို့ပဲသုံးနေအဲ့ဒီမှာဆို that old building would be လို့မသုံးဘူးလို့ပြောတာအဲ့တော့အရင်တော့ past statement တစ်ခုကျွန်တော် happen နဲ့မဆိုင်မင်းနဲ့ statement တစ်ခုပေါ်ပြတဲ့အခါမှာထားပါတော့အရင်တော့ဒီနေရာကရုပ်ရှင်ကိုဖြစ်ခဲ့ဘူးလေအရင်တော့ဒီနေရာကနန်းတော်ဖြစ်ခဲ့ဘူးလေနန်းတော်ဖြစ်သုံးခုခဲ့ကြဘူးလေလို့ပြောခြင်းနဲ့ past statement လေးကိုပေါ်ပြခြင်းကျွန်တော် used to ကိုသုံးတယ်ဒီတိုင်းကျွန်တော် habit ကိုပြောပြတဲ့အခါမှာဆို used to ကို would ကိုသုံးလို့ရတယ်ဒါပေမဲ့ဘာကွာသွားလဲဆိုတော့ would ကလေနည်းနည်းလေး format နဲ့ used to ထက်စားလို့ရှိရင်ဟုတ်ပြီနော်ဆိုတော့ people used to come နဲ့ the playwright would come would come ပြီးဆိုဒီနှစ်ကြားမှာသူကပို့ပြောနည်းနည်းလေး format ပို့တယ်ဟုတ်ပြီနော်အဲ့လိုဆိုတော့ညာသွားဖြစ်ဆိုတော့ used to ကိုသုံးတာများပေါ့ would ကိုသိမသုံးထားနော်အဲ့တော့ would ကဆိုတော့ format နဲ့ရေးသားမှာဆိုတော့ would ကိုသုံးလို့ရတယ် They have the same meaning with used to ပဲဒါပေမဲ့ကျွန်တော် statement တွေဖော်ပြတဲ့အခါမှာဆို used to ကိုပဲသုံးလို့ would ကိုသုံးလို့မရအောင် would be as ပြီးတော့သုံးလို့မရအောင် used to be as ပြီးတော့သုံးလို့မရအောင်အဲ့ဆိုရှင်းပါရှင်းအဲ့ဒါကို
ဟုတ်ကဲ့ရှင်းပါတယ်
Okay ရှင်းမယ်ဆိုတော့ number 4 လေးကြည့်ပြီနော် number 4က complete the test using used to or would so you can also use used to or would with the appropriate verb from the list or of the behavior. So you can use all these verbs from the verb to complete each of the blanks. You have to use used to and would with them. So use each verb once. Note both used to and would are possible in all cases except one. တစ်ခုကလွယ်လို့ရှိရင်စံနာတွေကောင်းလားဆိုတော့ used to ကော would ကောကထည့်လို့ရတယ်လို့ပြောတာအဲ့တော့စံတဲ့တစ်ခုတွေကလွယ်ရင်ဆိုတော့ခုနကလို existent တစ်ခုပေါ်ပြတဲ့အခြေအနေမျိုးတစ်ခုပါမှာဆိုတော့အဲ့ဒါဆိုကျွန်တော် would ပဲတောင်းလို့ရတယ်ဆိုတော့အဲ့တော့တစ်ခုကလွယ်ရင်စံနာတွေကောင်းလားဆိုတော့နှစ်ခုမျိုးလုံးတောင်းလို့ရတယ်ဆိုတာရမလားဆိုအဲ့ဆိုကျွန်တော် number 4လေးချက်ကြည့်ပါနော်
ဟုတ်တီချာ
ဟုတ်အတန်ကြားရတယ်မလားရင်လောက်ဆိုရင်
ကြားရတယ်ထင်တယ်နည်းနည်းကယူဆိုင်နေတာထား
တိုးရချေကျွန်တော်ပေါ့
ကျွန်တော်ဘက်ကတိုးတယ်ဒီဘက်ကလေ
ချက်တိုးလို့အဲ့ဒါဒီနာတရားဖုန်းတက်ထားတာအတန်ချက်တခြားသူစကားဆိုရင်နားရဦး
အာကကြားရလားအာက
ခုနကတော့ speaker ကိုကပ်ပြီးနားထောင်တယ်ဒီချက်စီးနေအဲ့မှာနားနဲ့တာလို့မင်းထင်းထင်းတွေကဟုတ်ဆိုနားဥอ่ะ
Sorry guys
This is my kind of I think I have to buy the new one. ဆက်တော့တစ်ခုထောက်ဝယ်အောင်မယ်တူတယ်နော်။ဘာဖြစ်နေလဲတော့ဆက်လည်းမသိဘူး။ speaker တော့ကောင်းတယ်ဆက် euro တက်တွေကုန်ကြားတယ်။ဆက်ဆံပဲ euro မကြားတာ so I don't know what happened there.
အဲ့ဒါကိုချက်တရားဖုန်းတက်ထားလို့
ဒီကဘအရင်တော့လည်းတက်တယ်။အရင်တော့လည်းတက်တယ်။
အဲ့ဒါချက်တိတာ
သိတာလား။တက်ထားရင်တော့လည်းတက်ထားပြီးတော့ mic ကိုအဲ့ရဟာနဲ့ဆက်ပြောနေတာ။အရင်တော့အတန်ကျဲဆိုတာလေ။အခုအဲ့ mic ကဆက်နေတာအလုံးမလုံးတော့အောင်နဲ့တူတယ်အဲ့ဒါကြောင့်ဆက်ဒီဟိုဟာနဲ့ laptop နဲ့တင်ချောင်းထိတ်ထားတဲ့ microphone ကိုကြာလေအဲ့ဒါကြောင့်အတန်တိုးရဖြစ်နေတယ်ဒါပေမဲ့အခု laptop နာကပ်ပြီး on နေတယ်ကြားလား
ရှေ့အခုဟိုလေခုနလိုပြန်လုပ်ကြည့်ပါလားဒီကောင်းလေ
ကျွန်တော်သိရောလေမျိုးတို့ပြောတယ်စက်ရုပ်တန်ထပ်တယ်ဆိုတော့အဲ့ဒါနဲ့ထိတ်လိုက်ရင်စက်ရုပ်တန်ထပ်သွားတာ
I think you can just reset it in the settings.
ဆက်တယ်မှာဘာလို့အောင်မှာ
Zoom setting မှာပါ No
ဆက်တယ်ထဲမှာ
laptop ရဲ့
ဟို
setting
အတန်ဆက်ဆို test လုပ်လို့ရရှက်တယ်
အတန် test လုပ်လို့ရတယ်ဆိုမဟုတ်ဒီချက်လေးအဲ့ဟာဖြစ်နေတာမနေ့ရဲဆက်တယ်ဆက်ဘာမှလုပ်လို့မရဘူးဖြစ်နေအဲ့ဒါကြောင့်ဆက်ဝယ်အောင်မဆိုလို့ပြောနေကြားလားအခုကြားလားဆက်ရုပ်တန်ထပ်သွားပြီလား
အဲ့ရပြီ
ကောင်းပါပြီ
ကောင်းပါပြီ
ဒီချက်ဟုတ်
ဟုတ်ပြောရည်
သိကြလား
ဟုတ်သိကြတယ်
သိကြတယ်ခဏလေးဆက်ရုပ်တန်ပြန်ဖတ်ရင်ပြောမှာဆက်
မထွက်တော့ဘူးဆိုပြောနေ
Okay
အဲ့ချက်တစ်ခါလေးထွက်လာ
好嘞。
တီချေအခုနံပါတ်4လာမသိချေ
ဟုတ်တယ်ဘေးချနံပါတ်4လေးလောက်နေอ่ะဒီဘက်လေးကတော့ plan တစ်ခုကလွယ်လို့ရှိရင် the plan တွေပုံပြီး use to or would ကိုပြင်နိုင်တယ်လို့ပြောတာ plan တစ်ခုကတော့ဒီတော့ one ဆိုတဲ့ plan ဆိုတော့ would ပဲရောက်နေတာမဟုတ် use to ပဲရောက်နေတာ the plan တွေက you can use whether use to or would they are correct
ဟုတ်ကဲ့ချေ
So have you finished?
No, teacher.
No, yes, okay.
Come, teacher.
Okay, so shall we check now?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, sir.
If I sound like a robot, tell me back, okay? Okay, so what is the answer for number one? When I was a child, we
Used to live.
used to live or would live. So I'm a would live 講會啊？
ไม่อยาก
Yeah.
ဘာလို့လဲ
When I was a child. State
ဘာလို့လဲ
Past.
past state ကိုဖော်ပြရတယ်။ of be တို့ have to live တို့ နဲ့ဆိုရင် used to နဲ့ပဲသုံးတယ်လို့ပြောထားပြီးသားဟုတ်တယ်နော် for example လို့ပြောထားအဲ့ဒါဆိုရင်မှာ live ပါတယ်ဟုတ်တယ်နော် so used to live yes correct အဲ့တော့ဒီ plan တစ်ခုကလည်းကျွန်တော်ဆိုတော့အကုန်လုံး would နဲ့သုံးလို့ရတယ် used to နဲ့သုံးလို့ရတယ်ဆိုတဲ့အဓိပ္ပာယ်ပေါ့နော် okay so used to live in an old house so how about the blank number 2 what is the answer
I used to play.
used to
Used to ride.
I used to
yes
write.
used to write right I used to write play play တင်ရေးရေးထားရှိတယ်ဟုတ်တယ်လားထိထားနော် so play စတဲ့နေရာမှာပြဆက်ဖို့ပြောတာ right so I used to write plays and I
Would
Would play.
play.
I would play all the parts myself or I used to play used to play ဒါမှမဟုတ်ရင် would play you can use both and how about number 4 my mom and grandmother
Would come out.
would come up okay would come or used to come up to the terrace to watch them and how about number 5 sometimes my grandfather
Used to play or would play.
used to play or would play together at my performances and how about number 6 my brothers
Used to
used to forget right
forget their lines.
used to forget or would forget their lines so I had to be the prompter as well okay correct so can you use used to or would
Yes, teacher.
Teacher.
yeah so number 4အတွက်ဖြေကုန်ရမယ်နော်
Oh, ရပါမယ် teacher.
ရပါမယ် okay so we'll move to writing and speaking now walking person write down 5 things okay you have to write down 5 things you used to enjoy doing when you were a child then tell your partner about them so you have to write 5 things that you used to enjoy when you were a child right and you have to write the 5 sentences in the chat okay
Now, okay.
yes of course right now for example I used to play with my toy cars all the time I would pretend I was the manager of a garage and my friends were the customers like that right so you can use used to or you can also use would to express your childhood habits okay
Teacher,
Yes, yes.
how many sentences?
5 things
5 or 5 things. Okay.
So please send that in the chat. I got one sentence remaining.
Michelle, do you have to send in the chat?
Yes, of course, you have to send it in the chat.
Okay.
Of course, he will kiss another song.
Yes.
Did you really do that? I mean,
Yes.
the second one, the second.
Yes.
So you're really effective, right? You used to be
Yes.
effective. And how about the last one? I use it classes every day. So it's suitable one of them?
No.
No, okay. And maybe okay. I don't help my mom in the kitchen. Okay, maybe I got the second sentence of yours. Used to just say like that. Okay, I got your all your sentences. Correct? Jason,
Yes, sure.
I sent some feedbacks to you in the chat.
Hello, teacher. Hello.
Yeah.
We are doing number 5, right?
Yes. Yeah, we are doing number 5. You have to write 5 things that you used to enjoy during when you were a child, and have you sent that in the chat?
Okay.
Okay. Jason then? Jason?
ဟုတ်ကဲ့ရှင့်
I sent a feedback to you too. You can check.
ဟုတ်ကဲ့ရှင့်
Did you see my feedback there? Jason? Jason, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Did you see my feedback?
Teacher, yes, I see. Say time to me.
Teacher, yes.
You have to use to in a past tense form only, all the time. As we're talking about the past things, right?
All right.
So that we are used to.
Teacher, what's what I want?
What did he say?
Is there any mistake I did?
You have to change I used to, right? In the third line, you say I used to. It has to be USET used, right? That's it. Right.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
တချင်စိတ်ရောက်တိုင်ဖြစ်နေတာလို့
Sorry,
ချက်သမီးကဟိုကလေနှစ်ချက်ကဖြစ်နေမှာလို့ပြောမှာရှက်တန်တော်တော်ဆိုး
on this ever cup in the house. So we look at it. So who on say the hello man.
ဟုတ်ဖြစ်နေတော့မယ်
do you think you man? That's other on you.
စားပြီလားဆဲတဲ့တော့ဖြစ်တော့နည်းနည်းလေးတော့တူသွားတယ်ဟုတ်တော့မလားနည်းနည်းလေးអော်ပေးမယ်ရနိုင်လားဆို
ဟုတ်ကဲ့ကျေ
ရတယ်နော် okay
ချက်ကြပါတယ်ဒါပေမဲ့တခြားတဲ့မှာဟုတ်ဆိုတာပြောတာချက်ငါဦး
ဟုတ်ဆိုအဲ့ဒါတစ်ချက်ပြောနေတယ်ဒီမှာပြောမပြောနောက်ပြီးမှ response ပြန်လာမယ် okay အဲ့တစ်ချက်ပြင်ပြောင်းသွားပြီဆိုတော့ तू တစ်ချက်ဖြစ်သွားတာလည်းတူတယ်ဘာဖြစ်လို့ quality ကဘာဖြစ်တယ်လဲဆိုတော့ file ကြီးရပေါ်လာတယ်ဖြစ်လို့တော့ I don't know okay honey okay honey correct yes we are doing number 5 for me we have to write down the 5 things that you used to enjoy doing when you were a child so you have to use used to and what to express about your past habits so you have to write only 5 sentences there and you have to send that in the chat
ဒီချက် enjoy လို့ပြောလိုက်တာလားသမီးက enjoy မဟုတ်ဘူးလုပ်ခဲ့ရတယ်အကုန်ကြီးလိုက်တာ
yeah it's okay well it's okay you're talking about the things that you enjoy doing in the past right you really enjoy that things right
no ချက်သမီးအဲ့တဲ့တစ်ခုက enjoy မဖြစ်ဘူး
oh I don't know okay
ဟိုကျောင်းပြောင်းအယူတစ်ခုနဲ့ပြပောက်မှုရဘလို့ enjoy
I don't know you might do it you might doing that I think like that
သမီး enjoy ကိုမဖတ်လိုက်လုပ်ခဲ့ဘူးလားပဲ
okay okay this is more
yes teacher
the more the material used to အများနဲ့ past to နဲ့လည်းတော့နော် used to ပါလေ
ဟုတ်ကဲ့ချင်း
နော် used to ကိုကျွန်တော် past နဲ့မတော့ဘူးအများနဲ့ past to နဲ့တော့ဆိုတော့ used to က past action တွေကိုဖော်ပြတဲ့အခါမှာပဲသုံးတာဖြစ်တဲ့အတွက်ကြောင့်မို့နော် this is more to me
yes
you can also use that I used to eat chocolate I used to fight with my brother sometimes you can say like that right you can
yes
used to for that sentence too and I used to beat him right and it has to be in past tense again used to huh? You have to be careful about the tense okay correct and this is okay Susan are you there
yes teacher
actually you missed our main point you have to use used to and would to express your
I use would though okay I will try
okay it's okay so you have to use would and okay so ဘာမှနေပို့ပေးရည်ရှိသေးလား okay အဲ့တော့ကြောက်ဖေးပို့ပို့တန်တည်းရည်ရှိသေးလားဟိုမျက်စုကတမီ line ခဏခဏကြာသွားတယ်ဟာလားဒီလဲလဲ are you there
yeah
ဒီလဲတပည့်ချက်ဟိုဆက်လက်စီပို့ပြီးလား
ဟုတ်တိုက်တော့
type လုပ်နေ okay I will wait then We are waiting. Hey Tyson. Hey Tyson.
Yes,
Hey Tyson ဘယ်ရောက်သွား။ပြန်ထွက်သွားပြီးပြန်ဝင်လာတာလား
yes, I left for like 15 minutes.
Okay, so that's why you missed the concept. Actually, you just have to write down the things that you used to enjoy when you were young by using the pattern used to and would. But you write the other things, right? Okay. အဲ့တော့ကြောက်လေးဟိုနွေးလဲလဲနဲ့မျက်စုံနဲ့ကကြောက်အစမ်းပြီးသွားလို့ရှိရင်ဒါမှမဟုတ်ခဏနေရှိကြောက် Viber နေပြန်ပို့ပေးလို့ရပါတယ်။ဒါမဆောင်တော့ဘူးအရင်ကြောက်တော့မှဆိုတော့နော် Okay. အိတ်ထက်စင်ရောပဲနော်တာ Okay, so we'll move to on stage, off stage. So guys, can you still hear me? Right?
Yes.
What do you know about the people who walk in a theater? So we'll check, okay? So we'll look at number 1. Choose 2 descriptions from the list to match each job. You will find out whether your answers are correct in the next exercise. So we'll check it later. So we'll do first, okay? So there are job titles there concerned with the play, like director, actor, stage manager, the set designer, costume designer, lighting and sound technician, and the backstage crew. So you have to match the job with their responsibilities here. So you may have like 2 descriptions for each of the jobs. So you can choose for 2 descriptions for each of the jobs. So can you do that?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So we'll do this first.
Yes.
Okay? So the job title and read the descriptions detailed here and try to match the job and the responsibility or description. you finished? Not yet.
No, teacher.
So have you finished?
No, yeah, teacher.
Not yet. Okay.
done, teacher.
Done. Okay. How about the other scenario?
Yes, yeah.
Done. Okay. You are no. So for the director, what are the person's responsibility as a director? Which one should you choose?
Number J is responsibility for everything during the performance, including props and things change.
J, right?
Yes, J.
J and which one?
And G.
J and G. J and G. How about the others?
G and C.
J and C. How about the others?
I also think G and C.
J and C. Okay. So how about the other scenario? Do you have any different answers?
No, chair.
No. Okay. So we'll check it later. So how about number 2?
Actor L and D.
D and L, right? D and L. How about the others?
I'm sure about L, but I only choose D.
Okay. So the same answer we did, right?
Yes.
Yes. So how about the others?
D and L.
D and L. So you guys have the same answer for number 2, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I think that may be correct, right? So how about number 3? The stage manager. What is his responsibility?
A and C.
A and C. How about the others?
A and D. A and D.
C.
A D.
C.
A D.
C. A. So A
A
is
and
for
D.
sure. Okay. So how about the others? Scenario. That's it? Okay. So how about the set designer? What is his responsibility? Number 4.
B and F.
B and F. Okay, B and F. How about the others? What have you got?
I think B is
P.
the costume design.
P and T.
For costume designer. Okay, so Nancy, what have you got? For set designer. Nancy?
I think G and
G and G and what? LEG?
I think yes.
Yes. Okay. So how about costume designer? Number 5.
E and M.
E and M or N.
Yes. E and M.
M.
E and M.
M.
Okay. How about the others? Do you have different answers for them?
No, chair.
No. Okay. So how about the message? The lighting and sound technicians.
N and K.
N and K. Okay. N and K. How about the others?
Only
That's it? Only? Yeah?
K.
K. Only K. Okay. So how about backstage crew?
I and H.
I and H. Okay. So how about the others?
G
So
and
that I can see now. Okay.
G and H.
D and H. Okay. So you guys have different answers, right? So we'll check your answers after listening the script. Okay. So I'll play that and you have to check your answers whether they are correct or not. Okay. So I'll play it now.
Track 31.
Welcome, everybody, to the National Theatre. I thought I'd start by telling you a little bit about the jobs we do here. I'm the director, It's my job to decide which plays we're going to put on and how they're going to be performed. It's a very nice job, and I really enjoy my work.
What sort of a person do you have to be to become a theatre director?
Are you thinking of applying for my job? Well, you need to be good with people because you have to get the actors to do what you want. So, that brings us to the actors. You don't have a play without actors. They bring characters to life on stage. They have to speak very clearly, but they also use movement and expressions to communicate with the audience. They have to learn a lot of lines, so of course they have to have a good memory. Next, there's a stage manager, a very important person. And here is our stage manager, Joe. Joe, could you say a bit about what you do?
Well, I have the responsibility of making sure the actors are on the stage at the right time. And sometimes, I can tell you, that is not easy. The stage manager is responsible for everything during a performance, including props and scene changes. It's not a job for anyone who's afraid of hard work.
You can say that again. Thanks, Joe. Now, where are we? Oh, yes. As you can see from the set behind me, the play we're doing at the moment takes place in a very grand country house. Now, the set designer is responsible for what the stage will look like for each scene. Our set designer gives instructions to the scene painters and the scenery makers, so she has to be very clear about what she wants. And then there's the costume designer, another very important job. She's responsible for finding all the costumes that the actors wear. She has to be very knowledgeable about fashion and clothes, especially when the play is set in the past, like this one.
Does she make all the clothes herself?
That's a good question. In fact, some of the costumes come from special theatre costume agencies, but some of them are made here by a team of costume makers.
What about the lighting and the sound?
Yes, both are very important. Our lighting and sound technicians are capable of creating some wonderful effects that add to what the actors are doing on stage. You've all seen special effects at the cinema, but we can do them in the theatre too. Our technicians have to be really skilled. They have to be very good at understanding and interpreting the technical effects that the director wants. And last but not least, we have the backstage crew. You don't see them, but they're just as important as all the others. They have to be capable of moving heavy scenery quickly and efficiently, and they need to be good with their hands because they sometimes have to make scenery and help to build the sets. Okay, well, come and meet some of the actors. Now, just follow me through here. Hello, Damien. Hello, Ben.
So did you get all the answers?
I'm not sure. I got it.
I got it. So did your answers correct?
No.
No, okay. Okay, so what have you got for number 1, the director?
C and F.
C and F.
C and F, right? C and F for the director, right? So how about the actors?
L and D.
L.
C and L. L and D, D and L, yes. C and L, right? And how about the stage manager?
A and J.
A and J, correct? A and J. How about the set designer?
G and H.
G and
H.
G and H, correct. How about the costume designer?
E and B.
E and E.
And
E and B. E and E.
E and E.
D and E, right? D and E, correct. So how about lighting and sound technician?
N and K.
N and K. K and
Oh,
N, right? K
N and
and
K.
N and K, correct. And how about the last one? The backstage crew.
I and M.
I and M, right? So did you get all the answers?
Yes, sir.
Yes, teacher.
Yeah, no? Okay, so we have finished number 2, right? Listen and check your answers to exercise 1. So we have already checked it. So we'll move to number 3 now. Listen again and answer the question. So this time you have to answer 3 specific questions. So read the question first, and after that I'll play it again, and you have to answer the questions. Okay? So read that question first. So can I play now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, teacher.
Track 31.
Welcome, everybody, to the National Theatre. I thought I'd start by telling you a little bit about the jobs we do here. I'm the director. It's my job to decide which plays we're going to put on and how they're going to be performed. It's a very nice job, and I really enjoy my work.
What sort of a person do you have to be to become a theatre director?
Are you thinking of applying for my job? Well, you need to be good with people because you have to get the actors to do what you want. So, that brings us to the actors. You don't have a play without actors. They bring characters to life on stage. They have to speak very clearly, but they also use movement and expressions to communicate with the audience. They have to learn a lot of lines, so of course they have to have a good memory. Next, there's a stage manager, a very important person. And here is our stage manager, Joe. Joe, could you say a bit about what you do?
Well, I have the responsibility of making sure the actors are on the stage at the right time. And sometimes, I can tell you, that is not easy. The stage manager is responsible for everything during a performance, including props and scene changes. It's not a job for anyone who's afraid of hard work.
You can say that again. Thanks, Joe. Now, where are we? Oh, yes. As you can see from the set behind me, the play we're doing at the moment takes place in a very grand country house. Now, the set designer is responsible for what the stage will look like for each scene. Our set designer gives instructions to the scene painters and the scenery makers, so she has to be very clear about what she wants. And then there's the costume designer, another very important job. She's responsible for finding all the costumes that the actors wear. She has to be very knowledgeable about fashion and clothes, especially when the play is set in the past, like this one.
Does she make all the clothes herself?
That's a good question. In fact, some of the costumes come from special theatre costume agencies, but some of them are made here by a team of costume makers.
What about the lighting and the sound?
Yes, both are very important. Our lighting and sound technicians are capable of creating some wonderful effects that add to what the actors are doing on stage. You've all seen special effects at the cinema, but we can do them in the theatre too. Our technicians have to be really skilled. They have to be very good at understanding and interpreting the technical effects that the director wants. And last, but not least, we have the backstage crew. You don't see them, but they're just as important as all the others. They have to be capable of moving heavy scenery quickly and efficiently, and they need to be good with their hands because they sometimes have to make scenery and help to build the sets. Okay, well, come and meet some of the actors. Now, just follow me through here. Hello, Damien.
So did you get all the answers?
Yes, sir.
Yes, okay. So we'll look at number 1 first. Where does the talk take place? So what are they?
The talk take place
Theater.
in National Theatre.
Yes, at the National Theatre, right?
Yes.
Welcome to the National Theatre. She says like that, right? So they
Yes.
are at National Theatre at the moment. So it's taking place at National Theatre. So how about number 2? Who is talking?
The director.
Yes,
The
person is
director.
talking. And what is the purpose of her talk? How do you think?
Like she wants the people that to know the responsibility for working in the theater.
Yes, she wants to explain, right? What are the responsibilities of each and every role at the theater, right? So that is the purpose. So how about number 3? What can you say about her ability and personality? How do you think of her ability and personality? How do you think?
She's organized.
She's very organized and
Responsible.
responsible. How about her ability? Is she a good director or not? How do you think?
Yeah, I guess.
Yes, I
Maybe
guess.
she talks.
She may be good because of her talk. Okay. And is there any other things that you want to put about her ability and personality after listening our conversation? How about the boys? Do you have any different idea?
Note.
Just the same idea with them. That's it? Okay. Okay, so how about number 4? We are number 4, right? And what do we find out about the play that is on at the theater at the moment? What can we find out?
Teacher, I don't understand the question well.
Actually, they are setting something, right, at the bus stage, right? And she said we can see something there, right? As they are setting the stage. So what can we see? What can the audience see?
Teacher, number 4.
Yes, number 4. She did mention that it's kind of like a very grand country house or something
Yes.
like that, right? They are setting that kind of setting,
Country house.
right? Yeah. And how about number 5? Do you think the person giving the talk will be a good person to work for? Is she a good person to work for?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Why do you think so?
Because like she know the responsibility for her work and for like everyone in the theater too.
And yeah, she understands well, right? The responsibilities of the person. And there is one more thing that we should want for that person. Do you know
It's correct communicating.
Yes, communicating, and also she gives respect to the other people, like who is the very important person or something like that, right? So the way she introduced each and every role, we can say that she gives respect to every person at the theater, right? Whether they are actors or whether they are like backstage crew, she gives the same respect to that person. So that is why, she will be the good person to work for us, right? Okay, so we have finished all the questions for number 3. So did you get all the answers for number 3?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay, so is there any question?
No question, teacher.
No question. So as we don't have time, I'm going to stop right here. So as we don't have any question, we'll see you the day after tomorrow, right?
Okay, yeah, bye.
Bye.
Bye, teacher.
Bye bye.